How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing some paint work on my 2008 Saab 9.3 Turbo X. You might know that I just put some new coilovers on this car, and this weekend, and by this weekend I mean like well after you're seeing this video, there is a Saab and Volvo meet coming up. I'm sure I would have already uploaded that video by now, so click up here in the top corner to watch it. But in order to prepare the car for that meet, I'm going to be doing some polishing, clay bar, some basic stuff to the paint to help make it look a little bit better. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to ask that you check out my Patreon that I just launched. You can click the link at the top of the description to visit my new page. I've offered 4 different tier levels with a variety of different rewards, such as getting your name at the end of my videos, bonus content, or access to videos before the rest of YouTube. It will allow me to dump more money into repairs, upgrades, and better filming equipment. Anyways, check it out if you're interested. Now back to your scheduled mediocre content. And I'll show you the products I bought here in a minute, but you can see overall the paint is in pretty nice shape. I am going to go over it all and do a nice, quick detailer before I start all of this. But the car does have a good amount of swirl marks in it. Might be kind of hard to pick. You can kind of see it. In retrospect, it's really not too bad. You can see just some scratches right there. If you really look in there, you can see some swirl marks. So the goal today is just to get rid of those swirl marks. Kind of see them right there too. I'm trying to get it in the sun, but the paint itself does have a couple little like dings and scratches here and there, and then the only bad spot is the hood right here, which is just heat from the engine over time has really begun to fade the paint. But I took off the front license plate, I took off the back license plate already, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm going to be using right here for this job. So I have my Craftsman polisher that I'll be using to apply this Chemical Guys scratch and swirl remover. This is not a sponsored video or anything, but I saw this product online, had some really good reviews, watched some videos on it, so seems like it'll do the job. But before that, I'm going to be using a clay bar kit, also from Chemical Guys, to help clean the paint up a little bit better. But before I do that even, I don't know why I'm going in reverse order, I'm just going to go over the whole car with some quick detailer just to get off any hard water spots or anything small that I might have missed when I washed the car a couple days ago. I'm going to do that quick detailer out in the sun so that way I can get some better lighting on the car, because the lighting in the garage isn't the best. Just that way I can make sure I got all those spots off, and I'll pull it in and we'll be ready to clay bar it. We've got our clay luber and our clay bar. We're going to spray like a 2 foot by 2 foot area on the car, kind of just going one body panel at a time almost, and then wiping this down until it feels a lot smoother. This should really help to get any sort of surface contaminants that are stuck in the paint. And then after I go over it and the paint feels nice and smooth, I'll wipe off everything that's extra with the microfiber towel. One other thing I do want to mention before I start this is I know someone's going to ask me, why don't you ceramic coat this car? The reason for that is the cost, really. I don't want to spend that kind of money on this car, and in the long run, would it be worth it? Probably. If the paint was perfect, I would be much more inclined to do it, but since it does have some imperfections, it's not really worth it to me, and this will be more than good enough for now, so let's get to it. This clay is pretty sticky and hard to mess with. So a plastic piece on here I gotta pull off. I'm gonna mess around with this with my hands a little bit so it's more malleable, and then we'll start using it on the car. Might be a little hard to tell on camera because the clay bar is already kind of a dirt color as is, but there's a lot of black stuff, grease and grime that's just kind of built up on here. So I'm going to wipe that down with a microfiber towel and then do the entire rest of the car off camera, because watching me clay bar every panel is not good entertainment. It's been about an hour. My hand is very cramped, to say the least, from that, so I'm glad I'll be using this for the rest of the process. But clay bar came out pretty well, I think. The clay itself is pretty gross now. There's a nice little shot of it, I guess. Got a little bit of dirt in there, to say the least. But I did notice that the clay bar really did a good job at cleaning up some spots like this where there were just like some marks on the paint where this stuff had not been removed for like 2 years, and it got pretty much all that off. The paint is pretty smooth now. So one thing I want to mention about this scratch and swirl remover is it's pretty much like a one-step wax, polish, everything. So really the primary reason I got it was because it's supposed to be good at getting rid of exactly what I'm trying to get rid of, these swirl marks. So we'll see how well it works. There's some instructions on the back here. Chemical Guys has a good video using this exact product and this exact clay bar stuff, so make sure to check that out if you want some more detailed stuff. But I'm just going to show you guys a couple body panels like I did for the clay bar. My pad is just a little bit beat up from doing headlights. But the way we're going to do this is pretty much put like 5 or 6 drops, I guess big drops, of this scratch and swirl remover onto the pad itself. Then we'll kind of dab the pad around that same like small area, again probably about 1 body panel at a time, or for bigger things like the hood we'll split it into half. And then we'll just go ahead, start on like a lowest or a low setting on here. I'll have it on minimum first, and then that is adjustable, and I'll speed it up as we go along to hopefully get rid of all those small swirls and scratches. And then just to let it go on there easier, I'm going to spray a little bit of a quick detailer on there. Oh, this stuff has a weird smell. Why is it that all these cleaning products for cars smell like fruit or something of the like? It's just, it's weird. I don't like it. Excuse all these little particles on here. Those are from the pad, but I think overall I can still see some swirl marks in there. And then there's a big scratch that might not come up on camera, but it's not through the paint, but it just goes right across the length here. I don't think it's going to come up on camera, but definitely looks better. I might go over the trunk again here, and then I got to do the rest of the car. All right, it has been about 3 hours since I last filmed, but the car is all polished. I just want to make it clear, if it's not obvious already, I am not an expert when it comes to this kind of stuff. So a lot of this is me kind of learning on my own. So if anyone has any critiques or criticisms, even though I didn't film a ton of what I was doing, I did exactly what I did over there for the entire car, please let me know down below in the comments so I can get better at this. I did also go over the headlights, and they look a little bit better, which is nice. On camera they look just about perfect, but actually, you know, they do look pretty good. I just went over them for about 5 seconds each while I was doing the bumper. But anyways, I need to put the license plate back on, and then I will pull it out into the sun. I just realized I forgot to put the front plate on too, so I'll do that when I'm done recording here. But here's the finished product. I can see there are some marks where I went over with the polisher. Maybe I was a bit too aggressive with it, so I might have to go back. I was going over some spots as I went. You can see the swirl marks are much better. I mean, there are some still there, but they are very, very faint. So this stuff definitely worked, even for someone like me who, quite frankly, does not have a ton of experience with this stuff. I'll probably try and use this stuff again in the future. I think I really just need some more experience with it, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how the paint looks. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.